So I have a record right here. I told myself I was not going to sample this, but there's some awesome sounding drums, and I want to sample those drums into the MPC keys and just push them as far as I can, and maybe use those drum breaks as a texture layer for when we lay down some keys. Because here's the thing, when I use plug-in instruments, it sounds great, but it sounds too clean. And when I try to blend that with other tracks, I just don't like the sound of it. So let's get right into it. Let's go to our editor and let's see what we got right here. Oh, okay. There, you hear that drum roll right there at the beginning. I actually really like that. I'm gonna go ahead and just do some separation and extract those drums just so we can have just the pure drums. Also, I want to take a moment to let you know that if you are looking for a way to distribute your music and want to put your stuff up on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, or any online streaming platform, make sure you check out DistroKid. DistroKid is the fastest, the most easiest way to upload your track or your album, and they will distribute your project. Now, it's so easy, you don't even need a computer to upload your tracks. You could simply just export a WAV file from your MPC, if that's what you're rocking with, and upload it to your phone. And from your phone, you could upload the track to your DistroKid account, and they will take care of the rest. It is so easy. It is so fast. If you have not signed up to DistroKid, go down to the link of my video. I have a 7% discount. So when you sign up, you can start publishing your music today. Now, I'm actually curious to see how these drums will sound. Oh, okay. That's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just grab me about 2 bars of this drum break right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go ahead and assign this to an empty pad. All right. We got that right there. But before I do that, I actually want to know what BPM this drum break is at. So if I go to time stretch, it's only 4 beats in this bar. So it's at about 68 beats per minute. I want to time stretch this and put this at 70 beats per minute. The way I know that is because when I go to time stretch and I select how many beats are within this bar selection that I have, which I counted 4 beats, is telling me that the tempo of that 1 bar loop is at 68.83 beats per minute, but I want to time stretch it to 70 beats per minute. So now I hit do it, and now this loop is at 70 beats per minute. I could go to my main page and put the sequence at 70 beats per minute. Yeah. All right, that's cool. I just want that loop to be looping. Now, one thing that I do notice is that when you are working with drums, or at least drum breaks from certain records, especially if you're doing some separation with the stems, it might lose a lot of quality or a lot of punch. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm using the MPC software in combination with my MPC keys, and I'm going to do my best to bring some life or just my own sound character to this drum break right now. I'm actually right here, and we could see this is my pad that I have in pad 1. That's where the break is at. And in this pad 1, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just loop this, and I'm going to put some plugins. There's actually the stock plugin called Transient Designer, and I can add some attack and the sustain, bring it down if I want this to be a little more punchier. I mean, that's way too much, but you get the idea. After that, I'm actually going to go into some of the Safari pedals, which there's some really good sounds right here. Then I'm going to go into my sound toys. Let's actually add this right here and push the input. There you go. And Devil Log is awesome. All right, that's sounding really good. I actually like just the saturation that I'm getting, the overall sound texture. The only problem that I'm having right now as we're saturating these drums, it's technically just squashing the transients, and the hi-hats are just poking out a little too much for me. And now the hi-hats are a bit annoying and I hear them too loud. Now, the way I'm gonna get around that, because there is a drum break, I can't get into the hi-hats or the kick, is only the offbeat. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go into my sample editor, going right here, and as you can see right here, this is my kick. Boom. This hat right here, I gotta lower down this hat. So within this sample editor, this is actually really cool. I can select just that hat right there. Once I have that hat selected, I don't have anything else, just that hat. With that hat selected, now I can go to process, and in process, I can go right here where it says change gain. I'm gonna bring this down -10 dB, hit do it. So now it just brought down the volume of that. I don't know how loud that's going to be, but let's go ahead and try that. If it doesn't work, we can always undo it. Let's get this other hi-hat that we have over here. Boom, same thing, -10 dB, zoom it out. And now let's hear the whole entire performance and see how that sounds. That is a lot better. Now, I don't have to re-sign this, because as I'm changing whatever it is that I'm gaining or decreasing in volume within this sample editor, is automatically updating the sample that I already have assigned to that pad. So I don't have to re-record it or anything like that. So this sounds great. I actually like how this sounds. Another thing that I notice when I'm doing some type of stem separation is when I separate those drums and I extract those drums, sometimes they just sound muted, or there's some artifacting that goes on. I don't know if you notice it. This actually did a very good job. It does not sound bad at all. There's an awesome way to get around that. Before I even jump to that, I have 3 plugins right now within this pad, but I'm gonna go to my 4th one, and my favorite plugin, or one of my favorite plugins to add some good punch, is going to be right here under Vintage Effects. Go to your Akai. You have this in standalone as well. The MPC 60. My goodness, this MPC 60 plugin, it just adds a really good punch to whatever it is that you put it on. So let's hear it right now, and it's all filled up with the 4 instances of plugins. Let's hear how it sounds before and after. Big difference, big difference. All right, so right now I'm loaded up with plugins. There's something very cool. I actually just found out about this, is being able to flatten your pad. What is Flatten Pad? If you go right here on your program where that drum break is at, hit this little pencil icon, you'll see this option right here, and it says Flatten Pad. What that's going to do is any effects that you have within that pad, the plugins, reverb effects within that pad, once you hit Flatten Pad, it just consolidates all of that and bakes it into an audio file. So it's going to create a new sample within my sample pool library with those plugins and the sound textures already baked in. So I'm gonna hit Flatten Pad. Now, just remember, we're gonna commit to this sound. Hit do it, and now it flattens out that pad. So if we go into our sample pool library or our sample editor, we'll notice there's that drum loop crush right here. And this already has those plugins baked in, and it has that sound already. So now I can assign that to pad 1 where I had it. And now check this out. In pad 1, where we had it loaded up with 4 plugins, we don't have any more plugins within that pad. Now we have an extra free empty 4 slots of plugins. But we have that sound. We have those textures that we processed with our plugins. Well, what's really cool, now that we have a free 4 instances of plugins, I can actually add another plugin right here. And one thing that I don't like, these are supposed to be live drums and they sound a little dead. So I'm actually going to look for a reverb plugin that I can add right here. Now, again, I'm going to go into the Safari pedals. Dude, Safari pedal plugins are awesome. I would recommend just pick up the whole entire bundle. I'm going to go to this Ladybug Reverb plugin. Open this up and go to the plate reverb, turn off lo-fi and compress, and let's just hear how this sounds. That's so much better. It kind of brings a little bit, I don't want you to hear the reverb, I just want you to feel that you're within space. And I mean, this plugin has also the lo-fi right here that might sound pretty cool on these drums. Let's actually listen to that. Now, another thing I want to mention is if you want to get familiar with the MPC workflow, I know I'm using the MPC Keys 37, but I just released an entire course from start to finish on the MPC 1 Plus. I know it's the 1 Plus, this is the Key 37. It is a different layout, but within my course, I go from start to finish as I'm explaining the MPC workflow. So that will apply to the MPC Live, MPC Keys. The only difference is just the layout. So I have tons of videos, 40 plus videos with 4 hours plus of content where I do my best to explain the foundation of the MPC workflow. And if it's something that clicks with you, I'd love to have you in those classes. So make sure you check those links down in the description. All right, so this was really cool. Now that we have this drum break, in track number 2, I'm gonna bring up just my instrument plugins right here. Maybe we can go into the organs right here and listen to some of these. Ooh. Let's lay that down. I'm actually gonna have to do this one piece at a time, so I'm gonna just get the chords in real quick. Oh, that's awesome. Let's go to track number 2 and create a new plugin instrument. I'm going to load this up with some plugins and see how much it can take. I'm going to go to sounds, and right here, let's go to, there's Mini D. I like this G-Force, but I got to go to the mix. Let's hear this. Oh, let's lay that down. I gotta get a thick sounding bass. Let's add a new instrument plugin and let's look for another bass that we might find. Bass sub. Let's see if we have anything right here. Yeah. Let's get this in. Yeah, this is really nice. This is really nice, but I don't like the delay. It's a little too much. Oh, delay right here. All right, cool. Oh, let's record that. Let's play out what we have right here with the SP404. Okay. So yeah, so that is no sample melodic chops. I guess it's just a drum break. Brought it into the MPC Keys 37. Listen, the MPC Keys 37 is so fun. You know, Kai did reach out when this launched, and they sent it out to me. And at first, I was a bit scared because, you know, I don't play keys. I'm not a keyboard player, so it was kind of like, man, what am I going to do with this thing? But let's try it out, right? So as soon as I received it, unboxed it, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting a little off topic here, but just when I plugged it in, and as soon as I turned it on, right away I already had some chords playing out for me, and I just pressed some chords, right? And as soon as I pressed chords, just grabbed the drum break, put it on top, and I just took off, which felt awesome. And it's a new side of me that I've never tapped into. So this is great. I have so much fun. I got chills right now because there's some type of connection, and I talk about this in a lot of my videos, where this connection that I have right now, this excitement that I have right now is personal. I'm just going to shut up right now because I'm going to really take off to a whole different direction. So I'm truly am grateful to have you hanging out with me. It really means a lot. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'll catch you guys on our next video. Peace.